Eric Muathe, December 11th, 2013, with about 4.5 hours to go before the market close here. We see Dow down about 71, Nasdaq down about 0.6%. So is the S&P 500. We see the Dow now back below 16,000, S&P 500 below 1800, and Nasdaq, looks like eventually it's going to move back below that 4,000 level. So we'll see how the market is going to respond. Let's take a look at the charts here so we can see visually how things are shaping out. Okay, so this is the Nasdaq daily. Let me refresh that. And what you see here is now we're trading below this line here, this level. If you go back, this level has always led the market slightly lower here, which is this level here. Break of this level here was this slight move. A break of this level is slight move there. I guess you get the point. So once we're trading in this general range here below the blue line here, anything below this and lower just means that we are on pullback mode. What kind of a pullback we're going to get, nobody really knows until the market, until down the road. It's one of those things you have to observe it just to see the extent of a move. Now if you take a look at the Dow daily, the thing that we start wondering now is if we're going to get a break of this red line, and I've been talking about this for a while. This red line has been support or break level. And so now we've tested this once before and we are back at that red line. Any break of that red line support there is going to be also telling us the market is on a serious pullback mode. I don't want to say serious, but it's going to be on a sizable pullback mode. So a break of this red line here is not good. We could also correspond with a move below 50 on the daily RSI for the Dow. And also I think initially we are going to test this breakout level of 15680. This level here, which is also happens to be coincidentally at the 50-day moving average. So somewhere around here we're going to see what the market is going to do. I think that's probably the next logical target if we break this red line here. Take a look at the transports. And one thing I noticed about the transports today, they are down below 50. So that's starting to look like, and you can see they're down the biggest chunk for the day, 0.84. So as long as this holds below 50 for the day, I think we are going to look into a close of a much lower, of a much bigger size to the downside. Now, on this level here, this green line here, now this might seem like trivial, but this level here, which is now showing in blue, this level here, there was a nice breakout above that level, which happens to be this nice entry point somewhere around here. And it has been support successfully holding the market together short term. We're talking short term here. Just holding the market. Even recently it bounced off that level, which is here. But now we see we are back below this level. So that tells me that now that we are trading below this level here, that the market is now on a pullback mode. And eventually we're going to see the size of the pullback. Right now it's anybody's guess. So let's take a look at another aspect of this market, and by taking a look at the 60-minute for the Dow. And you can see I spoke about these top lines on the RSI for the Dow. Draw a straight line. Friday we hit that level there when the market was on that snapback rally. So that makes sense that the market is pulling back. Let me take a look at the S&P 500. And you see I spoke about the fact that if you take the top lines on the RSI on the S&P 500, draw a straight line, the market was going to have to contend with that resistance, and also happens to be a back test of this lower side blue line. And let me take that off. So what you can see is that the market has responded to that resistance level by here hitting that resistance and then coiling above the blue line and back below it. So my thinking here is eventually if you take this low here and this low here on the hourly, draw a straight line, we break this and we come and test this 1772 level, which is this level here. So we test this breakout level. That could be my next price target, around 1770, somewhere here. We'll see how the market is going to respond. I look at the airline. Now the airlines had an interesting spike on Monday, but you can see that spike was a fake. As you can see, that uniform action there, that's a fake. Usually those types of things are fake. And also take a look at how the MACDs look like. So this move here really is just, seems like one of those things you have to ignore, because that was not real. It's one of those things anyway. Let's take a look at something that has a consistent chart by way of the QQQ hourly. And again, you see the same thing. You got making new highs here, but technicals were making negative divergence, which is bearish. And so now we are contending with this gray line which connects the lows. Double bottom here to a straight line. Support here. This is where the market could crack, even on an hourly basis. Could crack below 50 here on an hourly basis, and you see this market have a bigger move by the end of this trading day if it cracks 50 here on the hourly. So that's something we can also see how the market is going to pick up steam to the downside if it breaks below that level. Want to take a look at the FXI, because China was down overnight. Want to show you the FXI, and from a weekly chart, this is what it looks like. There was a break here, so draw a straight line. Take note of the fact that this seems to be where China has been stalling, and so probably we are getting a pullback here, and we'll see how deep that pullback is. The one thing I wanted to sensitize you is the monthly is what I'm trying to say. The monthly has some resistance around this level on the FXI. You can see every time we coil above this blue line and back below it, you get serious pullbacks here. There was another here which led to this pullback here, and see we've done the same thing. We went above it, back below it. So this here, as of right now, given that information, becomes a sell signal. I want to show you a longer term view for the FXI so you can see what I'm talking about here. Seems to be there was a serious break on this. There was a break there, right? So that's what you do, is you draw a straight line. Take a note of that. This seems to be an area where we could see double top on a monthly basis, and that suggests that we see lower prices. Now, that's the information right now. Maybe a couple of days from today, this thing is going to be breaking out. Who knows? But as long as the chart looks like we are forming this double top here on a previous sell signal on the monthly, then we have to conclude here that more than likely, remember the last time we hit this level here, this break point, the last time the market was here and stalled was this level here, and you can see you had to be short China because we had this serious drop. So this right now, given the information in front of us, tells me that China is probably not looking that hot.